The Tomb of Dracula, number 4. The cover date is September 1972, but the release date was actually June 27th, 1972. This cover was done by Neil Adams, John Romita, and John Costanza. And of course, Tomb of Dracula, part of the long-running series through the 70s, very, very popular, making Dracula like one of the Marvel characters. And in this issue, Ilsa Strangway finally gets her wish to be a vampire and becomes the Mrs. Dracula of this cover. That's right, my friends, flee this way or that. Either way, the vampires feast. So in the last issue, Dracula confronted Ilsa Strangway. And Ilsa Strangway is trying to buy Dracula's castle. And this issue is written by Archie Goodwin. The artist is Gene Colan. Here listed as Eugene Colan. Tom Palmer is the inker, John Costanza is the letterer, and Roy Thomas is the editor. And what Dracula really wants, he wants his castle back, but also there's a mirror that Ilsa Strangway possesses. What Ilsa Strangway wants is to be a vampire. She thinks that when she's a vampire, she'll be young again. And she'll be young forever. And she's getting all this from the Dracula book by Bram Stoker. And Dracula's like, I don't know. I've been I've been dead for like 100 years. I don't know what the hell this book is. And anyways, for whatever reason, Ilsa Strangway has naked pictures of herself all over the place because she admires her own beauty. Anyways, she wants to be a vampire, and in exchange, Dracula can get her magic mirror. And we'll see more about why he wants that magic mirror later on. And so Dracula fulfills her wish and turns her into a vampire. This servant here goes up to investigate the screams and sees Dracula take off with Strangway. And then Dracula smacks him into a wall. And so he's in the hospital telling, our heroes here, Rachel Van Helsing and Frank Drake, all about this. And the police are with them as well, because they've now been seen firsthand these vampires. And here's Taj here, the manservant of Van Helsing. And so they know that Strangway is involved, so they go to the Strangway mansion, and they're tracking stuff. And Taj, of course, is the exoticism of other cultures in the 70s. He's a tracker, so he can track what exactly happened at that mansion. And here, Clifton Graves is the familiar of Dracula, used to be a friend of Frank Drake. And so now Ilsa Strangway is a vampire and looks like more hideous than ever. The Gene Colan art really suited Tomb of Dracula really great, and he drew it throughout the entire run. So she talks about this magic mirror she bought. It's a black mirror, and with it, you can teleport to other times and things. And so Dracula really wants this to go back to his time that he's more familiar with. She tells him the incantation to activate the thing, and so Dracula flies off. Clifton Graves is running off here and gets punched in the face by Frank Drake. They go to try and hunt Dracula, and they're armed with crucifixes. Meanwhile, Strangway flies off to sate her bloodlust, and so she happens upon this young couple and terrorizes and attacks them. And the one guy is like, "What's the harm in leaving this party early?" And it's like, "Here's the harm here." And then she attacks them and kills them basically. Dracula goes to the mirror at Strangway's mansion, but detects that his foes are nearby, and so he tries to attack them. And here you have Dracula confronting his descendant Frank Drake. And here someone made a flashlight with a cross on it, and you can like have a wider like cross beam kind of thing. And they've made 2 of these, and these repel Dracula. Armed with these flashlights, they go to the mansion. Dracula crashes through into the house, and he's searching for that mirror. The vampire hunters go after Dracula, and Strangway comes to the mansion. and realizes that things aren't what they seem. She thought that she could turn more beautiful and young when she was a vampire, but no, it basically, you can't age past this point when you were bit by a vampire, and now she's this hideous crone all the time. She also reveals that she lied to Dracula, just as Dracula lied to her about turning young when you become a vampire. The magic mirror actually teleports you to a dimension of demons that created the thing in the first place, and not back in time. And forlorn that she can't turn young again, she tells Rachel Van Helsing to just kill her. And does she or does she not? I mean, all we see is this twang, and we don't really see the result. Dracula tries to go into the mirror and is confronted by Taj. Taj and Dracula both go into the mirror, and that's that. They're both trapped in this mirror, and Rachel Van Helsing is like, Taj can't come back. And that's the end of this issue. Colorful, gothic stuff. Awesome horror stuff from the 1970s when Dracula was big again with the Hammer movies and rerunning of the old Universal movies. Hope you liked what you saw today. Please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.